Hey everyone, we're going to do a little bit of equation review. We learned this a long time ago at the start of the year, but you definitely need to know this for next year. So I have 6 examples here of all different types just to kind of go over and review them with you. So when we look at example number 1, it's a 2-step equation. Remember, equations have 2 sides, right? There's an expression on this side, an expression on this side. Simplify each side and then start using inverse operations to solve for the variable. So negative 3x plus 5 equals 2. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. 5 minus 5 is 0, leaving me with negative 3x is equal to 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Integers will be the big thing here to focus on. That's where the mistakes are made. X is being multiplied by negative 3, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. X is equal to 1. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. All right, example number 2, you can see this x minus 4 is trapped in the parentheses. We have to use the distributive property. So this is 3 times x, which is 3x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12 equals 9. Now it's just a 2-step equation, kind of like over here. So we're going to add 12 to both sides to start isolating the variable. 9 plus 12 is 21. Last step, divide by 3. X is equal to 7. To remember this thinking math, we did a lot of grouping symbols, exponents, multiply, divide, add or subtract. But when we solve things, we work backwards. One step, and then we use here for our 2-step equations. All right, looking at example 3, this says m divided by 2 plus 6 equals 10. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides to start getting everything away from my variable. M divided by 2 equals 10 minus 6 is 4. M divided by 2, the inverse of dividing would be to multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. M is equal to 8. This is the same as saying like 2 over 1, and that's why that allows it to cancel out. Okay, over here, don't get freaked out with fractions. You can see that they have the same denominator, so we're okay. 2/5 plus 4a equals negative 6/5. Here's where my variable is, so I need to start kind of isolating it. So I'm going to subtract 2/5 from both sides, because 2/5 minus 2/5 is 0. 4a equals, this is negative 6 minus 2. Negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. The denominator stays 5. Since I have a fraction over here, I'm going to go ahead and make this a fraction over here too. And now I have a fractional coefficient. So to do that, we multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Okay, these all cross cancel. A is equal to, I have a negative times a positive, so I know it's a negative. I can do some cross canceling here. This becomes a 1, this becomes a 2. So I have negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 5 times 1 is 5, so the answer is negative 2/5. Okay, looking down here at example 5, you can see there's some terms here that we need to simplify first. Remember, if you look at this side, there's a lot I can do over here before I move on. Okay, remember we were doing this a little bit ago. There's 3 terms here, but they all have an n, so they have identical variable parts. Negative 8n minus 5n, these two together are negative 13n plus 7n equals 72. Then these two here together, negative 13 plus 7 is 6n equals 72. Divide both sides by 6, n is equal to 12. And our last one right here, these ones always kind of stump you guys. It says x minus 5 divided by 3 equals 9. So the last thing I said was divide by 3, so that's the first thing that I'm going to undo by using inverse operations. I said divide by 3, so I'm going to use multiplying by 3 to undo that. Those cancel out. X minus 5 is equal to 27. And now I have a simple 1-step equation. Add 5, x is equal to 32. 2. So there's your equation review. Keep things balanced. Watch for your integers and use inverse operations. See ya.